Hello guys, we Anna and Herman and welcome back to our channel.
In today's episode, we'll be installing ceiling in our Ford Transit camper van. And honestly, we looked at so many options for the ceiling. You can just shiplap for your ceiling, but because Ford Transit has a curved roof, it's kind of a pain to install that. You can also do wooden slats and plywood. But we felt like wood would look just cozier. So we ended up buying this beautiful cedar wood of a random guy from Marketplace. It did end up being really cheap. And these are 2x4s. They smell amazing. We like the texture. We like the way they look. So I'm really excited about how it will turn out.
Yes guys, as Anna mentioned, it's 2x4, but actual size is 1.5 inch on 3.5 inch. So our plan is to cut along each wood, and we will have 3 planks from each piece of wood, and then we can use these planks to put on the ceiling.
After marking all of the planks, it was time to actually cut them into the pieces that will fit on our van ceiling. And after that, we took a small piece of wood and tried cutting this 2x4 into 3 similar planks. It worked out really well, so Herman ended up moving on to the larger pieces and making those planks out of the cedar that we bought. As a result, we got the planks that exceeded our expectations. They turned out flexible but sturdy at the same time. Just perfect for our curved roof on our Ford Transit. We're not showing it here, but we did use a planner to make sure that all of the planks are the same height. And after that, we started sanding and sanding. We did a lot of sanding. For the edges of our planks, we decided to do this curved angle, and Herman used a router. It was trial and error, but at some point he figured it out, and the edges are just so smooth and perfect, and it's such a nice finish.
As you can see, after cutting all my wood on wooden slats, we also used help of our landlord, since he has a thickness planner. We run all the slats through thickness planner, so now they are almost the same thickness. It's like 0.4 inches. So I sand them, I clean them, I brush them, and now I am in process, as you can see, of staining them. Or to be more accurate, I'm adding a polyurethane coating to all face surface of my wooden slats.
It's finally a sunny day here in Calgary.
And we are going to choose and select our boards for the ceiling.
The better ones will go in the middle, and the ones that look kind of sketchy will go on the sides.
As you've seen previously, we finally double coated all our wooden slats. So now we need to figure out, put them in a proper order, probably some draft them, and then we are going back in the van and we'll fit them in our ceiling. We have 0, that's mean the middle section, and then in one side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there is minus. We will shuffle them. We always could figure out their pattern. Then we do the same for this side. But actually, what you need to do before putting ceiling on, you need to figure out all your wires connections. As you can see, we will have electrical system here, so that is why many wires go here and ended up here. And I brought many wires under ceiling on this side, because here we will have our control panels. And of course, next logical step is create a final beam to attach my wooden slats, because as you can see, they have 2 points of attachments, but at the end they could shake in once they're riding or getting loose over time. So it's nice to have a final point of connection. I spend a lot of time researching the internet, and many people do the same thing. They create birch frame and attach somewhere on the front with rib nuts and do some spacers or something similar. However, Anna came with a greatest idea. I use these metal corners. They actually 1.5 inch each side. So I bought 4 of them. I made the holes in a metal beam. I attached these brackets here. I add a little bit glue just for security. And then I cut from a birch, the same birch as I use here, I cut a frame that I'm going to attach like here. And also, before cutting all the stuff, I rewrote my wiring harness because it was a mess here. So in my case, we have some extra additional wires for the emergency lights, for some connections that we have on this side, and there is a fuse holder that was before our conversion. So many of these fuses is just for emergency light, for this radar light, for additional 12-volt sockets. So I get rid of most of them, but whatever I still need to, I rewrote them up here under ceiling. I made holes, and I could bend a little bit this frame, attached to each corner, metal bracket, and I will have the final beam like this. And once I attach my ceiling, it will have nice connections along the whole length on the ceiling. So before proceeding with the ceiling, first of all, we have beginning of our ceiling and end of our ceiling. And I need to figure out how I can attach each slat to the front part. So generally we have 2 options. Option 1 is the same approach as we did with all these metal beams. We put birch 1/2 inch slats because they could bend, and nicely we have connecting points across the ceiling. However, the first beam, it's a little bit angled, so it's not like straight, but still you can use the same approach, use Baltic birch or just birch and attach it on a whole length of the first beam, and then your slat, I will have wooden slat, I could attach here and I could attach here, so it will be nicely and secure. And of course, like rail slat will be way longer with few more attachment points. The other option, option number 2 that I'm gonna use here, I prepare a birch, I don't know, birch frame, I would say it's frame, that I'm going to attach on the side of the metal beam. So it will be located like here. Initially, I took a piece of cardboard and then I transfer it to the birch. And I figure out actually, since I'm attaching it to the side, like here, and then my slat will go like this, and I will screw underneath, it will give me maybe 1 inch extra space, especially on this curve. I ended up cutting 2 pieces of birch in the same shape as we have here with a metal beam. So I glued them together. I made holes because since we had a partition here with a door initially that I removed, I still have rib nuts across the van on each side, on this side. On this side, I actually use some of them to create a frame. So I still have 4 rib nuts on the top. That is why I decide already use whatever I have. I cut a little bit foam on the top. I glue these guys together. So now I need only screw them down to the frame and I will have the first beam to attach my ceiling.
So we decided to go with a black canvas fabric. It is very important to choose a very sturdy, good canvas fabric, not some flimsy other options. And we are putting it on using a pneumatic stapler. We marked the middle of the ceiling and we're putting in the central plank first, after which we'll be using a 1/4 inch piece of plywood as a divider between the next planks that we're putting in. For the ceiling lights, we're doing 2 rows and we just pushed the lights together with the cords behind the canvas and then made extra holes and put them through the planks. Some boards were definitely trickier than the others, especially around the fan along the walls and the ones with the holes for the pot lights. You have to be extra careful with those ones. We did break one board in the process. After, I kid you not, working on the ceiling for 2 months, it is so special to see the boards go up, to see the lights working. Even though we do not have an actual electric system yet, we are using an EcoFlow, but it's just so much cozier in here now. Even the process of putting up the boards might seem very fast because we use time-lapse, but it did take a couple of days and our arms were super sore. But still, we are 100% sure that it was worth it. We love how the red cedar wood looks on the ceiling, how it smells. The natural and the most luxurious look and feel of the real wood on the ceiling is very special to us. We love how it looks at night, during the day, and we're super excited to move on to the next steps in our van build. We will be doing upholstery and then the cabinetry next. So subscribe and follow along this journey and we'll be very happy to see you back here.